Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo. Then we can be assured that other nations will not treat America with respect, the respect that we deserve.
What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video, and today we're going to be discussing some major updates that have come from New Hampshire when it comes to redistricting and the Senate election, because there's been some pretty big developments out of the great state of New Hampshire, both at the Senate race and redistricting level, because, well, a lot of incompetence happening for both fronts. Now, before I forget, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit the little bell, and yes. And also, before I forget, of course, go follow that Twitter account in the description down below. Don't know who owns it. Also, go follow the alt tech, and yeah. So, let's talk about New Hampshire. I know, I talked about New Hampshire a couple months ago. What's changed? Well, this. Redistricting has become a complete shit show in the state of New Hampshire. The Supreme Court got involved, not the United States one. The New Hampshire Supreme Court is essentially taking over the entire redistricting process, barring some last-second change of heart by a certain bozo governor. Now, if you don't know what was happening, Chris Sununu and the state House Republicans, they've been in a huge feud over redistricting. And it's been a complete joke, and it's really showed how much of a pussy Chris Sununu really is. Again, I had high expectations for this guy. I thought, okay, he's libertarian-esque, but still good on the issues considering it's New Hampshire, and he was going to be pretty good for redistricting. Well, just like his Senate run, it was a big fat disappointment. Now, if you don't know, this was Governor Sununu's proposal. And sure, it makes New Hampshire's first more Republican, and of course makes New Hampshire's second more Democrat. But here's my question. If you're going to do this, alright, consolidate the district in the southern part of the state, why not just do what the state House Republicans did, where they went full out to make this as Republican as feasibly possible, an R+9 district according to 527. So why didn't Sununu push for this? Why are they fighting over this? Why can't they just make a deal? I mean, Sununu is not budging whatsoever. For no reason, he wants this map. It's like, why? If you're gonna do this, just go full out. Just go full out and make a safe Republican seat and a safe Democrat seat. Therefore, you don't end up with this crap. I mean, we're in a scenario where New Hampshire's first may stay, like, barely Republican. Why? Just make it more Republican. I mean, it's just mind-boggling how much of a pansy Sununu has been this entire time. And we should have been warned about this a while ago when Chris Sununu, did not run for the United States Senate twice. Reminder, in 2020, Chris Sununu could have ran for the United States Senate. In the governor's race, he got 65% of the vote. Now, if Sununu ran for the Senate race, I still think the governorship would have stayed Republican. The Democrats ran an incompetent campaign here. It was a complete clown show. But even so, the Senate's more important than the governorship. I'm sorry, Sununu. I mean, you got 65% when Shannon, the Democrat, Shasheen, I think that's how you pronounce her name, got 56%. You're telling me you are afraid to run for the United States Senate in 2020. This had huge implications of what happened recently. Think about it. If Chris Sununu was on the United States, Senate, let's say Republicans had 51 Senate seats. It's doubtful that Jackson would have got nominated, let alone, voted into the Supreme Court. Because at that point, Republicans probably would have just blocked it. I mean, it probably wouldn't have passed the Judicial Committee. I think that's the committee. It definitely wouldn't have passed the committee. It's like, why are you such a coward? Where you could have ran in 2020, won easily, and could have saved this country a lot of hell when it came to the Supreme Court. I mean, it's just mind-boggling how much of a coward Sununu really is. I mean, he folded on the critical race theory stuff. He folded on the election stuff, the education stuff. He's folded on every single main issue. I mean, sure, he did tax cuts, but it's like, who gives a shit? That's the only thing Sununu has realistically done in New Hampshire, has been tax cuts. But even so, I guess we gotta deal with it. 2020 passed, and there's a chance he would have ran in 2022. He didn't. I don't know why, but this complete imbecile decided, I'm not gonna run in 2022 against one of the weakest incumbents in the entire nation. Alright, sorry about that quick pause there. I just had to bring this up. This was in 2016. This is who Sununu would have ran in 2022. Hassan. She barely won in a very questionable election, mind you. I'm not saying that it was the F word. I'm just saying that very questionable things happened in this race. And so, Hassan is unpopular, running in red wave here. But somehow, Sununu, who's one of the most popular governors in the country, is paranoid against running against her. Why? You're going to win by so much that, let alone, okay, you didn't run in 2020, fine. If you would have ran in 2022, that would have been a free flip when you include Arizona, Nevada, let's see here, I think it's Georgia. Yeah, Georgia. It's like, that's 54 right there. It's like, why are you paranoid in running? It's just mind-boggling how much of a coward Sununu has really become. We could have 54, let alone possibly 55 Senate seats. Why? If he ran in 2020, that's a flip there. But also in 2022, Republicans finally may have gotten a real candidate against Hassan. Now, everybody knows we had Donald Bolduc, who he was based on some issues, but he's really fallen off a cliff. He said some very interesting things, and it wasn't pretty. And I thought, okay, this race is gone. There's nobody that can win this race. Well, I was wrong. There is a potential candidate in New Hampshire. Chuck Morse. He makes, Bolduc lose by 15 to only losing by 5, according to this recent poll in New Hampshire. Think about that. Chuck Morse, somebody probably none of you have ever heard of, alright? Who's, by the way, running a pretty good campaign. I mean, nobody knows who this guy is. And he's almost, losing his race by within 6. It's like, you're telling me we have a potential flip here, that we could have 55 Senate seats, which would, by the way, make 2024 hell of a lot easier. Montana, Ohio, West Virginia, potentially Wisconsin, potentially, even if you want to go that far, potentially a state like, Arizona or Pennsylvania. We could potentially have 60 Senate seats in 2024 if it wasn't for that complete coward in Chris Sununu. Now you've seen why I've turned on Sununu completely. He caused this country a lot of garbage. And all he had to do was run. He would have won. He didn't have to spend that much money either. Just spend like $10,000, which is a lot in New Hampshire for advertisements, and voila, you're the next senator. We could have avoided a lot of suffering if Chris Sununu wasn't a complete coward. But with the redistricting stuff, it appears this guy is just a natural coward, and makes you wonder if it's a good idea he never ran, because probably like people like Mitt Romney, he probably would have folded the United States Senate. But even so, some things like the Supreme Court may have been salvaged if this clown decided to not be a coward and ran. It's just mind-boggling to me how just much of a coward Sununu has really become. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit the little bell, and yes, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.